Pony, and welcome back to the Pony Talk Podcast. Great to see you all back here. Happy holidays from all of us who are on the podcast right now. Yes, we do have people joining us. This is a very special podcast, guys. I said we would get one more podcast out before we get into the new season. So, yeah, we got a fancy new background here. I actually had to put this together last minute. So, who's joined with me now is Rainbow Dash 47, guys. Say hello.
Hey, happy holidays, everyone. I'm happy to be back.
Yes, and it's great to have you back too, Rainbow. Now, guys, Rainbow's been absent for a little bit. That's because, you know, he's got college, and I know how that goes, so I got you. We are supposed to be joined by someone else who isn't on right now. I don't know what the reasoning is, but that's alright. Me and Rainbow agreed that we can start up the podcast, and he can just follow in whenever he's free. But if he isn't, then that's alright too. Me and Rainbow can just take the best gift ever. So let's just jump right into it, guys. This was a fantastic episode, actually. I really enjoyed it. Okay, Season 8, let's go back to Season 8. There was a lot of good episodes. Well, there were a few good episodes. Some of them did not make any sense, which ended up triggering a lot of people. Yeah. And, but we had a great season on the podcast. That's what I mean. It was very active. There were quite a few people we had. So yeah, it was fantastic. And, now we got this special that they came out with, which was like a 40 some minute episode. So it was fantastic. I loved it. And I guess you could consider this a little mini movie, sort of gig thing that they had. But yeah, I actually had respect for this special, guys. It was very tasteful. But without talking about the episode in particular, let's start talking about what has happened during it.
Wait, did you say peaceful?
I don't think I did. No.
Okay. I heard something there.
It probably cut out or something. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. I do have lights on, guys. I actually will turn them on. Oh, they just died. So yeah, you guys are not going to see those. I saw that during a recording that we did just to test, and didn't work out. But you can see my elf hat. Yes, this is the one from the movie. Not the exact one, but yes, I've made a buddy hat. So yeah, fun. But let's get on with the tale of the best gift ever, because oh, and how about that, guys? We are joined with Chris.
Hey.
All right, Chris, great to have you. Yes. This is excellent. So yes, Chris is missing man in action, but he's here. So very, very good. And you just made it. No, you're fine, dude. You're fine. You have responsibilities and stuff. I totally understand. But basically not too much. We just talked about a little bit about Season 8, how there were some episodes that we didn't really like, a majority of them, but there were also some that were really good, and I said this was definitely one of them. Even though people are calling this, by what I've been seeing on the internet, they're calling this Season 9 Episode 0. So, I guess that could apply. So, maybe we could just do that in the title. I don't know. It just depends. But, yes, we were just about to talk about the episode. Actually, do one of you guys want to start us off talking a little bit about what happened in the beginning of the episode? If you don't want to, that's fine too.
I didn't know he's in this chat.
Oh yeah, Rainbow's in the chat too. That's fine. Alright, do one of you want to kind of talk a little bit about what happened first in the episode? If you guys want to start us off.
I don't really remember what happened at the beginning of it. It's been a
Well,
while
they
since
just
I've seen it.
let's start off with a song though.
They kind of did, yeah. They kind of did. So, yes, I guess you could say another musical heartwarming in Ponyville is what they got here.
Of course.
The song was called One More Day, which I do remember that. Yeah. So, we of course have the main six, and the Ponies of Ponyville decorating Ponyville. I do remember that. And now we have Twilight. We go to Twilight's castle, and you know, we can't have an episode without Twilight stressing one time. It's just Twilight, guys.
Yeah.
But she's overwhelmed, with putting up Christmas decorations and all that, getting it ready for the big holiday, until we have, Princess Cadance in shining armor, and Flurry Heart, come to her door, and,
We didn't see them at all in season 8, I don't think.
we actually, I don't think we did, no. We didn't,
Whoa, wait, who?
Princess Cadance and,
Well,
Shining.
No. Well, Cadance and Flora, we did see her in we did see them in season 8.
Like a very little bit. We didn't get too many episodes with them.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, only a little bit of them, but
Very-
Shining Armor, we have not seen him at all though.
Yeah. He's been a missing colt in action. Yeah, so so yes, God though. It's great to see them back in this episode though. We get a lot of interesting and familiar faces that pop up even for a little bit in this special. But we have Princess Cadance, Shining Armor, and Flurry Heart decorating a little bit of the castle, I think. Twilight is stressed as we went over there, and Applejack suggests a hearth-warming helper, as it's described. So this is where the main six, they're very stressed out because they need to give presents to one another, and they want to get as many as you can. But this is where Applejack's like, guys, you know, we have done this throughout a few years now, but let's try something new. And we're going to call it the Hearth-Warming Helper. So basically Applejack's idea is, instead of giving multiple gifts to each of the friends, you'd only get one. And now we have another pony freaking out, Pinkie Pie, because she's like, oh god, she's like, I can only get one present to one pony? Are you serious? So, yeah. But, in a way, it does relieve a lot of stress off the others. So now, they, decide, alright, so we're going to put, ponies' names, even though it's their kitty marks, and each of you are going to draw a paper out, and whoever gets who will go and shop for that pony. So, yeah, it's a pretty interesting little thing that they got going there. I know that's... Isn't that kind of like,
Secret Santa?
Yeah, Secret Santa, yeah. I don't know.
Definitely Secret Santa.
Yeah, that's Secret Santa. For some reason I was thinking of White Elephant, but White Elephant is the blind, Christmas gift.
Pony version of Secret Santa.
Yeah, pony version. Secret Pony Santa. There we go. We're just gonna pile it up, but that's good. That's good. I don't know. Whatever you want to call it. But anyway, yes. So now we got a Secret Santa little thing going on. And now we have another kind of a little bit of a problem. After the ponies draw each other's little marks out of AJ's hat, Spike, he is caught with pony that he doesn't really know what to shop for, but on the same time, he doesn't really want that. He wants rarities. Oh, Spike.
Poor Spike.
Spike. But that's alright. As we all know, the whole story with Spike, having the thing for rarity. Yeah, so,
Ship it.
this is where he now goes along and asks the main six. He's like, okay, I'm gonna figure out who has rarities, and then we're gonna do a little bit of a trade. So yeah, now we got Spike doing that.
Swap.
So now we have to find the perfect present for each of these ponies, which obviously is where the name of the episode claims its title. So now we have Twilight, who is focused on decorating before, you know, Shining Armor and Cadance actually get there. And Spike, now we have, going back to him, looking for rarity. He leaves a comment that since each of them is only getting one gift of their friends, they'll have a responsibility to make their gift extra special, which Spike has a good point. He has a really good point, and I mean, that's something I would do. I think that's something, if they had something like that, they would want to get their person something really, really special. So yeah, God, there's so much to talk about.
I don't remember it all that well now.
I know, it's kind of floaty, guys. Now, I'll actually put a comment out there, guys. I'm looking a lot back at the article and all that, but the reason is because I've watched this episode, like 3 days after it came out. Rainbow here has watched it the day it did come out. Chris, I don't know about you. Did you watch?
Me too. That was with. I watched it when it came out as well.
Oh, okay. Well, then yeah. So you got two who've watched it on the day of, and you got one person who watched it 3 days after. So yeah, excuse us if I can speak. If everything is a bit wonky and our brains are kind of filled with So yeah. But now we have Pinky, who is kind of lost on who to give her pony, which is Twilight in this case. She's trying to figure it out, and we have for some reason her sisters are over her house and stuff. I don't know if they had a little get together or something like that, but they're there. And they start suggesting, hey, you know, don't freak out over it and stuff. These are your friends you're talking about. You'll think of something. And she's like, yeah, I know that, but it has to be something extravagant. I can only focus on getting one gift for one special friend, and that's Twilight. So now Pinky decides to go to get this special gift from Yak Yakistan. I don't know what it is with Pinky and Yak Yakistan, but hey, Pinky, if that makes you heart happy and your heart flutter or whatever, then yeah, do it. So yes, now that Pinky's doing her thing, we go to Rainbow Dash, and Rainbow Dash, I believe, has to get who was it?
Fluttershy?
I think it might have been Fluttershy.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Alright, yeah, that sounded right, so thank you.
Because
yeah,
it makes sense.
it does, because Rainbow is having a very hard struggle, and of course, you know, we can't have something involving Fluttershy without Discord. Discord he's definitely...
Yeah. And this is the first time he's been in a Heart Swimming episode.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, my gosh. Wow.
I think it is, yeah.
It is, yeah. Chris is right.
Never been
Yeah, that's hard to believe. Wow. Alright, yes.
Mhm.
So Discord is now in a heartwarming episode. Probably the longest heartwarming episode that we've actually had. All the other ones actually have been episodes, where this one, like I said, falls into a little bit of a mini movie. But now, Rainbow Dash, she's trying to figure out, ooh, Fluttershy will like this. And, this is where Discord's like, oh, you're really gonna give that to Fluttershy. Think about your friend here, for example. Would she really want something like that? And Rainbow Dash is like, fine. And he's like, you know, maybe you could use someone to help you that knows her very well. And then this is where we get, of course, Rainbow Dash, you know, kind of like, Discord, I think I'm good. I've been friends with Fluttershy, like, for a long time. I think I know what to get her. And he's like, oh, really? Well, I just saw you doing this. I'm not going to let you make that same mistake again. So I'm going to help you. And then Rainbow Dash is like, fine, whatever. And, so, yes, Rainbow Dash and Discord are now, going to look for Fluttershy's gift. So now, we have Rarity, and, Rarity's I really liked, just her, present and what she had to do, which didn't go out completely right, which, yes. This one, I actually really liked Rarity's gift, because she had to give a gift to Applejack. And,
yeah, I remember this part.
Yes, Rarity, was like, oh, okay, Applejack. She loves, she's a cowgirl, so, yes, not too hard to figure out, so Rarity's like, I got the gift. Which, later on we find out is a hat. A very nice hat. A little fancy, but I like how it has a twist of Applejack and Rarity mixed in with it. So it's really cool. So now Rarity, goes to, Manhattan, which, plans to get her, designed Western-themed hat. So, again, the little Rarity mixed with Western style. So yes, now we have that. So now we go back to Spike, who tries to approach Fluttershy, because he looks around for the others, and they say, "Oh, I don't have Rarity's card." And I think one of them, I think it was Rainbow Dash, I'm not sure. Spike.
No, it's Fluttershy.
Yeah. No, Rainbow Dash, no, what I was gonna say is,
Oh, no, I didn't.
yeah. Rainbow Dash, was saying, nope, don't have Rarities, don't ask me. And she was like, oh, okay, well, that was easy. So that leaves one pony, which is Fluttershy. And so, Fluttershy goes to, and says, hey, do you have Rarities? She's like, yeah, I have Rarities. And he's like, hey, do you think we could do some sort of, I don't know, trade-off? And then I think Fluttershy is, like, stumbling across the subject, like, well, I mean, we did, draw from the hats and stuff, but I don't think it would hurt to give it. And then Spike's like, okay, thank you, good trade, and then goes off. So, now that Spike has his pony that he wants to give his gift, Spike comes across another problem. He doesn't know what to get her. Spike.
Yeah.
So
I was like, I just smacked my head. It's like, really?
It was really firm. There we go.
Rarity.
Yeah. So now, good job, Spike. You got your pony, but don't know what to give her.
You don't want to get her.
Yes. So now, this is where I would think, and you know, thinking about Spike and how he knows Rarity loves fashion and stuff, you'd think he would have a pretty good idea before, you know, searching, but I mean, I kind of understand Spike there, you know, he was more concerned on getting Rarity that special gift, but now he can't even think of what it is. So now he's overwhelmed with that. So this is where we go back, I believe, to Rainbow Dash, who can't decide on what to get Fluttershy. So she's like, that's it. I'm just gonna give her this nice candle. Yeah, Discord doesn't like that. And I think I got that confused. I think that's the same gift that she was trying to get Fluttershy in the beginning when Discord appeared. Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. So now, we'll go to... God, there's so much to talk about. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll talk about Fluttershy and Applejack, which they travel to Rainbow Falls. Okay, I do remember this one. Where in the Hearthwarming Craft Fair, and I think I do remember that fair. Oh yeah, this is where we met up with Flim and Flam. That's right. Okay, I do remember that. Oh my gosh, yes, guys. We meet up with Flim and Flam. Okay.
Of course.
Yeah. Don't say it, my brother. Yes, my brother. We will make this I can't even say it. I can't even do a Flim and Flam impression because I'm just
criminals.
They're criminals in action. What do you expect?
Yeah.
They should be arrested for that. They should be arrested for conning, though.
Like those guys will do anything to get money.
I mean,
Yeah, because ripping off, like people's, like ripping off with some stupid products that just don't even work.
right. I mean, going back with Flim and Flam's history, okay. They tried stealing Applejack's land, basically her entire house too. What was the other one? Oh yeah, trying to get Granny to put a little bit of spunk back into her with that elixir or that tonic. Yeah.
And also they went to Las Pegasus, but they did own a resort though.
They did, and that was really cool. So that was more of a plus. But at the same time, you would think, okay, they have a resort, and I forgot this was on. They have a resort, and why are they trying to get more money and stuff? You would think they'd be doing fine.
Even though they just want to expand their business though.
Yeah. Which I think this is where they mention in this episode. So now Fluttershy goes to buy a Daring Do book for Rainbow Dash. But she starts drawing her attention to a stand, which this is of course Flim and Flam stand, sell cheaply made Holly the Hearthwarmer. That's what those things are, which when I first looked at them, I'm like, here's actually a picture of what that looks like. Those things, I don't know how to describe that, honestly. That
Yeah.
It was definitely something. So if I saw those and someone gave me something like that for Christmas, I'd probably scream or use it as put it in the fire, make myself warm. What did you say?
Weren't they like already like wrecked or something and completely out of shape?
They were, I don't know, dude.
They kind of remind me of remember that doll from Lilo and Stitch. You guys see Lilo and Stitch?
Yeah, Lilo's doll. The little.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the doll from that Lilo owns that doll she made.
I gotta say though, I think Lilo's doll is a little more put together than what Flim and Flam has for us in store in this episode. But my gosh, though. So Flim and Flam obviously are in disguise. I don't know how Fluttershy and Applejack didn't see them, or the voice would sound interesting to them.
But I would definitely know who they are.
Yeah. first glance and stuff, us when we look at them, we're like, oh yeah, that's Flim and Flam. So they have their own little get-up, their own little booth, selling these very cheaply made dolls, saying it is the best gift ever that you could get any of one of your friends. If you're trying to look for one of those best gifts and stuff, well, come to this stand and we will supply you with one of these very, very nice, really good quality dolls, but they're kind of pricey. Yeah, which, obviously, by Rainbow's booing, bad. So now, they're kind of like, okay, so this looks nice. Fluttershy is drawn in, and then when we find out, this is where we have Applejack like, how much did you spend on one of those things? Oh, all my bits. And Applejack's like, you're taking that thing back. And
Yeah.
I agree. So props to Applejack there.
Well, why does Fluttershy be...
The honest one.
Fluttershy gotta be gullible, though.
Well, I don't think... Okay, knowing Fluttershy from past episodes, we know Fluttershy, she's becoming more assertive, but it's still in a process where she's still developing. And I think Fluttershy was just kind of like, they're saying, though, they're conning me into getting this thing. They're saying it's the best thing ever, and all these ponies are happy. They're excited to get this, so I'm thinking it's good. And Applejack's like, look at this, Fluttershy. All your bits for this one simple little doll that is very cheaply made. I think you need to go back up there and reclaim your bits. Which Applejack, of course, obviously, by what you could tell, we agree a lot. So now, after they do that, we go to Yak-Yakistan. This is where, of course, Pinkie Pie, in the beginning, she was going to go find that perfect gift for Twilight. And she starts to appear right by Prince Ruffleford. Ford? I don't know how to say that. Oh my god. Huh?
Rutherford.
It sounds like Ruffleford through the mic. But yes, so now, Pinkie Pie asks, like, what they're doing, and this is, a celebration feast that they do, and she's like, oh, okay, well, she's like, I come before you to find the best gift ever, and, this is where, Rutherford, suddenly looks, at Pinkie and says, like, hey, can I kind of pull you private? Like, ponies speak in private. And, she's like, I love the Yaks. The Yaks,
Yeah.
they're interesting. Definitely interesting. So now, the Yak kind of brings her in and says, okay, you're looking for the best gift ever? There's only one area which they are not, giving gifts. And that honor belongs in a fabled gift givers of the Grove, which I think this is where Pinkie's kind of intrigued, and they he supplies Pinkie with like a map to their home, which this is for Pinkie being an honorable Yak, as we hear Pinkie all the time. She's pretty well known there. Again, Pinkie with Yak-Yakistan, I will not understand that. So now, we go, back to Ponyville, to where Rarity, she sends off Applejack's gift to her, because she was like, oh yeah, I could walk it over, but like, I'm gonna send it over. So, with that being said, she goes to the post office, and we get to see Derpy. Oh yes. Oh sorry.
And she's talking again.
Yes. And sorry, Hasbro, if you're triggered. Yes, muffins. We see muffins.
I don't know why Hasbro calls her that, but that's her official name. But we call her Derpy.
Yeah, we the true fans of MLP call her Derpy because that's how she basically was. She started off with that name, and they changed it because, well, hey, the name offended someone, and they had to change it. Which we're very excited for. The address, it's the wrong address. And my very good friend Applejack, and what have you done? So now I have to go on a search spree to go find this gift. So Derpy's trying to kind of like make it up to her, say, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. And she's like, okay, stop being sorry, tell me where it's sent to. And she then says it's sent to Sweet Acorn Orchard. So, alright, cool.
Sweet Orchards.
Yep. Instead of Sweet Apple Acres. So, yeah, I can see kind of where Derpy gets that confused, but, great. So now, Rarity runs off to Sweet Acorn Orchard to go pick up the package herself, and obviously she will transport it to Applejack's house instead of having the special delivery services bring it, because obviously they can't handle it. Really relatable to today's delivery. I swear, there's been some times where my friends have sent some stuff, I don't know, across the states, and it's ended up in a very wrong location. It's like, what are you doing? It's very, very updated to today's delivery services. Yeah. But now we go back to Rainbow Dash, searching for Fluttershy's special gift. Discord, of course, disapproves from all her ideas and stuff. She starts turning frustrated and says, oh, okay, then I'll leave the gift giving to you and stuff. What do you think to get Fluttershy? See how easy it is. And he suggests a special animal in addition to her sweet feathered sanctuary. So Rainbow Dash is like, okay, maybe that's a good idea. So yeah, okay, well, Rainbow Dash is kind of like, all right, you got me. So let's go look for this little fluffy creature that we can give Fluttershy. Now we go back to the castle where Twilight is looking for a gift for Pinkie Pie. That it has to be something unique, and I think this is where we do a legendary pudding dish made by Chancellor Puddinghead, which Twilight has a struggle of finding the recipe, I believe, which she goes and looks for that, and then later on she goes and starts piecing it together, which is, I guess in her words, almost perfect to perfection. Later on, there's a knock at the door, and that is Princess Cadance, Shining Armor, and Flurry Heart, and they're like, hey, Twilight, guess what? We're here. We're ready for Christmas, or, well, why did I say Christmas? Hearthwarming. Yes. But basically same thing, just in a pony tradition. So Twilight's like, oh, great. You know, I didn't even put up the decorations. And then, of course, Shining's like, oh, you didn't put up the decorations. And she's like, well, that's where I thought maybe you guys wanted to put them together and put them up and all that. You know, something that we could do together as a family. And Cadance is like, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. Let's start on it. So while they're talking, Flurry gets into a little bit of trouble. Um, this scene, I started cracking up. I don't know why. Flurry starts messing around with ingredients and stuff in the kitchen. Later on, messing up Twilight's hard-worked special pudding to give Pinky. So now Pinky's present kind of turned into a pudding disaster. So yeah, not good at all. Not good. Which after we see that happen, we resort back to Rainbow Falls, where, excuse me, wow, I was not expecting that. Alright, I'm actually thirsty, actually. There's so much to talk about, guys, but there was a lot of good, again, in this episode, which I really approve of, so thank you, to the creators who actually made this special, because a lot of people were worried. They were like, this special, is it going to be good? Later did they find out, obviously, we found out that it was pretty good. Pretty good.
It was awesome.
It was awesome. You could say it's the best.
20%.
I'm sorry, guys, if some of these puns are bad that we're making and stuff, but I actually think some of them are pretty good. But going back, Rainbow Falls, Fluttershy and Applejack, while they go up to reclaim their bits back, this is where I think Flim and Flam, I couldn't think of them for a second, kind of gives them a little bit of a hard time, saying, oh, well, this is the best gift ever. Why would you want to give this present back, you know? And this is where Applejack's like, listen, she wants her bits back, you need to return that favor. You know, it is the holiday season, you should be doing this. And I think this is where later Applejack finds out that this is Flim and Flam. So yeah, they find out that they're in disguises, and this is where she's wondering, you know, what this is quoted by Applejack. What are those two hearth-warming hooligans up to now? So now they say, oh, we're selling these dolls as a scam to make more expand. Obviously, they're very upset, and they're like, okay, we need to do something about this, because this is not good at all. So yeah, now they try to talk about the dolls, how badly they're made and stuff to the other citizens. They're like, okay, we're gonna explain how these dolls are and why these ponies shouldn't buy them to whoever they're gonna give it to. So now they make on like their own little little speech and stuff, saying, hey, you guys shouldn't buy these dolls and stuff. I mean, you guys probably took a look at them and said, hey, you know, this seems very cheap, and you're right, they are cheap. And have you ever wondered why these ponies here have kind of given you kind of a really expensive deal? And, you know, this starts attracting the crowd into like, oh yeah, you know what? These were really expensive, and they kind of are cheap. You bring up good points. We're going to keep on listening to these ponies. So now Flim and Flam are not happy about this, what Applejack and Fluttershy are doing. So then they come up with the thing and saying, well, I mean, this isn't anything, you know, too bad of what we're doing and stuff like that. We're just giving gifts to ponies and they want them. And then this is where they're kind of a little bit defeated, because they're like, well, you're kind of right. You're not doing anything bad. You're just selling gifts that are, you know, I guess a thing. And ponies, I guess, like them. So there's nothing we really can't do. Until this is where they find out that the dolls are breaking apart and you know, again, cheaply made, and ponies start asking for their bits back and all that, and Flim and Flam won't give up the bits. Later on, finding out that indeed it was a scam. It was an actual scam, because they're stealing bits from ponies. They've made these offers and stuff that not every pony actually got the same offer. They've been kind of like, oh, give us this amount, and we'll give you this much. We'll give you these many dolls to go. Just give us anything that we find value, and yeah. So now that this is going on, Fluttershy and Applejack can say things about it. So, yep, now that they got this covered and all that, and Flim and Flam are basically rushed out, this is where Fluttershy and Applejack are kind of down, because now they don't have anything to give their friends the best gift. They don't have anything. So now this is bringing up a situation. So while that happens, Rainbow Dash and Discord stumble across a forest where there is a small little creature called a Winter Chilla. Now these things are really cute, guys, but definitely not a gift you want to give some pony, which we find out later on. So Rainbow Dash quickly catches it, and she's like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. And yeah, so now Spike, we go to the castle now, back to the castle, where Spike tries making a present for Rarity, which ends up being a bunch of glitter and all that covers his whole entire body. And he's like, okay, this is not working out. I don't know what to do here. And he tries to resort to something else, doesn't work out quite well. So he's kind of lost at words. Now, back going to Rarity, she finds Sweet Acorn Acres, and that's she knocks on the door. Doesn't seem like any pony's home until the door opens, and we are greeted by two ponies, this being Oaknut and Butternut. And they're like, oh my gosh, we have not had a visitor here in a very, very long time. We are so happy to see you. And she's like, yes, well, she's like, I'm happy to see you, but I'm afraid this is not a welcoming kind of thing that I was trying to do here. I'm just trying to see if a package was left here. And they're like, wait, did you leave that package here? And she's like, yeah. She's like, oh my gosh, you are even more awesome. We did not expect you to give a gift to, what was his name? Pico Chit? Or Pico Choi? I don't know.
Pistachio.
Huh? What is it?
Pistachio.
Is it pistachio? Oh yeah, that's right, it is pistachio. Okay. Then what the heck was I looking at? Okay, yes. Yes, it is pistachio. Oh my gosh. Wow. What did you say, Rainbow?
Nothing.
Are you alright?
Yep.
Oh, okay. So yes, now we have Pistachio, wearing Applejack's present. That, is not good. So now Rarity sees, oh god, well, this is not going to be outright. And Pistachio's like, oh my gosh, thank you, Miss Rarity, for this amazing gift. You know, I've never had some pony like this give me a gift like this before. And then Rarity, it was when he's so nice like you give me a gift like this. I don't deserve this and stuff. And then he's like, you can take it back. And then Rarity kind of feels really bad and says, you know what? I think it suits you a lot better than it would suit my friends, so you keep it. And he's like, are you sure? And she's like, absolutely. And so now Rarity gives the hat to Pistachio, and she also invites the family to be a guest at Manhattan's next Fashion Week. So now Rarity leaves without a gift for Applejack. So now back at Twilight, the kitchen is filled with Pinkie Pie's gifted pudding. Shining Armor and Cadence see Flurry Heart going everywhere, and now Pinkie's pudding is all completely ruined, and all heck breaks loose. So now we have all this crazy madness going over, the pudding boiling over and all that, and it creates a messy mess. So Rainbow Dash, Discord, they go out the forest, and this Winterchilla that they have, Fluttershy, ends up becoming a beast. So this is not good. Later on, this thing starts bursting into Twilight's castle, as we see, just making a mess out of the place, even though it's already a messy mess with Pinkie Pie's gift. So yeah, and I think the rest of the main six, they're still empty hoofed. I think they made like little kind of gifts, but they weren't like the ones that they wanted. But yeah, not good, and they start wondering what the heck's going on here. Twilight, where's the hearthwarming decorations and all that? And they're like, we got bigger issues. And then Pinkie Pie's, ooh, what's that? And she's like, your gift. She's like, aw, how sweet. But I don't think it's supposed to be all over the castle. She's like, you're right. Something happened with it. And so now they have to
No kidding.
take care of this, which ends up flooding the whole entire castle. And now we have this Winterchilla going crazy, destroying everything. And then Fluttershy asks, what's the Winterchilla doing in here? And Rainbow Dash is like, Fluttershy, that's supposed to be your gift. And she was like, oh my gosh. She's like, Rainbow, you can't do that. These things expand and get bigger overnight. And she's like, well, I kind of figured that out now. So now Fluttershy goes over and tries to calm this thing down. And everyone starts to try helping, which it's not turning out good. But there's one pony who is out, which is Pinkie Pie, and she discovers a cabin. Now this cabin, she goes in after the Yaks gave her this map to this place, this special place for the best gift ever. And we meet these very colorful, perfect helpers. She's like, what's your names? And I start thinking about steamed hams. Which Aurora Borealis is brought into, and I was thinking of that little clip there. Which probably would still make a pretty interesting clip. But anyway, Pinkie starts asking, I have friends who, I have this one friend who needs a special gift. Where can I find this? And then I think this is where they tell them friendship is the most powerful gift ever, and you don't need to give anything, but just just stick together and make the best out of it. This is the best gift we can give to you. And she's like, you know what, you're right. And I think this is where Pinkie Pie is like, thank you, and she runs away off to the castle. which I think that's where we would pick off with the messy pudding, and then the winter chilla breaking in, and all the ponies trying to help bring this all together. So, yeah, now that this is all messy mess and all that, Pinkie is, I forgot, she's gifted with the box from the Gift Giver's Grove with a special message. Oh my gosh, so much to read. So now you're excused. Alright, so now that they start to clean up things and stuff, and Pinkie is very happy with her gift. Twilight did a good job. Pinkie said, "This is a little much, Twi, but I'm willing to share this with every pony." So she's like, "Okay, not a problem." So yes, now Fluttershy calms down the Winter Chilla. So now the Winter Chilla is now with them, being calm and all that. And then Spike decides to give Rarity her heartwarming present, which is a song, which is interesting gift for Spike, I must say. So good job, Spike, with that, and the feelings in Rarity's heart knows that comes from Spike's heart, and ends up giving Spike a kiss on the cheek, which of course Spike is very excited about that. Let's hope it's not as bad as the last time when that happened and Spike literally had it there for a long time. But now the friends realize and say that the best gift is more precious than gold, but it cannot be sold. When it breaks, it's not the end, for quickly it's mended. It can never be brought, yet it's easily sought. So now they start recognizing the rhythm of the riddle, and then figure out, of course, the answer is friendship. Friendship is the best gift. And Twilight's like, how could I be so thrown apart from this and stuff? Obviously, friendship means a lot in this subject. And so they're like, yeah, you're right, Twilight. And they start saying, you know, sorry this happened, and they're like, we got through it, though. This actually turned out to be one of the best heartwarmings ever than our previous years, and I think a lot less stressful. And so yeah, now everyone's happy. And now Spike, we have singing his second verse of his little song that he made. And then Twilight and her friends express that through multiple ponies across Equestria, spreading the heartwarming together. So now they go all together as a group hug. The gift givers of the grove observe them from outside the window, which are the reindeer. I forgot. And Alice echoes their statement as she and Bori and Aurora gallop across the sky, which we see that little end scene. And then, yeah. So it was really cute. Oh my gosh. Yes, guys. That is the best gift ever, in a nutshell. My gosh. There was so much to talk about, but very, very, very well put together, and I apologize, guys, if I got that all confused on some certain parts. There was a lot to talk about, but I'm glad we got it out there. So,
We got it done.
yeah, yes. And, Chris, are you still alive there?
Yeah, I'm on.
Okay. You weren't talking for a while, so I was kind of getting a little worried. Oh my gosh, wow. The best gift ever. Now, guys...
I nearly fell asleep at the end.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. This definitely was a little bit of a longer podcast. But, guys, We're done talking about it. There was
Actually,
no continue.
the longest one was the My Little Pony movie.
Well, okay, but that was a movie. This was an episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was still a very good episode. I really liked it. A lot to talk about. And yeah, guys, it was just a little cute episode there, and I definitely gotta say it was one of the best. So I appreciate them getting out this episode. What did you think about it, Chris?
I say it's, for me, I think it's like, I change it. This is definitely the best heartwarming episode, in my opinion. It's definitely the best one.
All right. Well. All right.
I second that.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely can say it's definitely the best gift ever. That's a pretty good title. Yeah, I gotta say that, it definitely was good. I really enjoyed, which was in season 8, a heartwarming club, and Rainbow's getting tired. Yeah, I know. What a well-told Carol, and we're already getting sleepy. So yes, a heartwarming club, and this episode definitely was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So yeah.
My flight leaves early tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Yes. Rainbow's got a little thing going on tomorrow, because as we mentioned in the beginning, he's gonna, or actually I don't know if we mentioned, but do you want to tell them?
I'm going to Jamaica tomorrow.
Woo!
Yeah, he told me that.
Yes.
I'm flying business class.
Alright, yeah, that sounds awesome, man, dude. I wish you the best of luck with that. Yeah, so this is why we kind of had to do this podcast kind of now, and it's probably a good time to do so, because now that we're getting close to the holiday season, or the holiday day, or days, whatever you want to call it, that being Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. It's good to get this podcast out. We were going to say we were going to do it, and we finally have done it, so yes. But that's a wrap on this episode, guys. A little extra pony talk out there, and we really hope you enjoyed this. Any closing thoughts, guys? No? Alright. That's alright with me. Thank you all so much for watching. If you stayed this long towards the podcast, we really appreciate it. That's the best gift from us. Yeah, if you guys want to see more podcasts in the future, which we will be doing that come next year. So Pony Talk will see you guys next year, 2019. Whew. This year was crazy, though, so I'm ready for a new year. How about you guys? Yeah. There was a lot of mixed feelings about this year. There was a lot of good, but a lot of bad. So it was one of those bittersweet years. But yes. So, this is a close off on the best gift ever. Thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a like, share, favorite, and don't forget to subscribe, guys. And if you haven't already, make sure you click that notification bell to keep updated with the channel. When Pony Talk returns, definitely an important key asset. Hit that notification bell. Vlogs, gaming, any of the sort, it's up for you and you guys only to decide this holiday season. With that being said, I will have both Chris and Rainbow's channel linked down in the description, so you guys can go check them out, because that would be that would be the world for them, and definitely the best gift ever. I know I keep referencing that a lot, but I don't care. Alright, well, that's a wrap, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, we'll see you next year when Pony Talk returns for Season 9, guys. Let's hope Season 9 is an excellent, excellent season, because that will be the close off for Friendship is Magic, guys. Yeah. So, with this being said, Pony Talk wishes all of you happy holidays this year and New Year. So, yep. Take care, guys. Peace out. Bye, everybody.